Hey crafty friends, it's Karla from Creative Love Affair, and I'm here for the Canvas Corp brand blog with the Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist spray today. And I've got a video for you exploring the surfaces that glimmer mists can go on. And of course there's many more than I'm going to show you here, but I just grabbed a bunch of different things around my craft room and thought I would have great fun playing. So I've dug out all my Tattered Angels Glimmer Mists, and there's 4 different types of mists that Tattered Angels has, but I've only chosen the Glimmer Mists for this video. They are a sheer mist and they have glimmer right inside them. So you give them a shake from side to side when you go to use them, and they sparkle. Now this one here that I showed you, it's a discontinued color, but when I looked on the catalog it looked very similar to the sienna color that is still available. And I just show you the Glimmer Mist names as I go, but I will definitely be linking them under the video. And I showed you some sticker paper, and all I did was watercolor on that paper. Then I've got some Canvas Corp brand paper that's an ivory script, and I sprayed directly on to that piece of paper with the mists. Then I took a Manila tag, which I used some texture paste on, and I sprayed right on that with some green mist and some iridescent gold. I really love that iridescent gold. It's clear with some gold shimmer in it, very pretty. I've grabbed some wood embellishments, and these wood are raw wood, and I'm spraying just directly on top of them with the mists and letting them absorb for a moment. I use my heat gun on most of these after applying the mist, and you can see me grabbing a tag after every little project. And what I like to do is grab a Manila tag and then just dab it into the leftover mist on the craft mat. Now these are some beautiful flowers, paper flowers, and I'm just kind of boosting their color with the mists, giving them some glimmer. And I love what happens here with the white. I spray it with the Dazzling Diamonds, and then when I move it, it picked up a little bit of the red mist around the edges, and I love how that turned out. Those turned out really pretty, just giving them a little boost of color. I laid that paper right down on the mat and it soaked up the color. I love that. This is one of my favorite techniques, using seam binding ribbon and just laying it in mist and crinkling it and drying it. Then I'm using the black mist, Glimmer Mist, as paint to do some hand lettering on this fun little Canvas Corp bag, and this would be great for a little gift card. I'm taking now some wooden embellishments that actually have a painted coating, and I sprayed it on, and then I grabbed a die cut while those are sitting and just kind of rubbed the die cut in the mist that was on the background. Then I took a piece of watercolor paper and just dabbed it into the leftover glimmer mist that was on the craft sheet. And you can see just by dabbing, drying a bit, dabbing in a bit more, you get such a really cool effect. There's that butterfly die cut, the wood piece with the black glimmer mist, and the shine on this butterfly with the gold is just really beautiful in the light. And I just took a Manila tag and swiped up the rest of that remaining glimmer mist. Now I'm taking a doily and adding some green glimmer mist and giving it a little dry there, and adding some green to the bottom of my flower die cut. I just love the effect on this die cut. It's really pretty. You could match it to whatever you were making, card, scrapbook, page, mixed media. Now I'm taking some raw chipboard and I'm just adding some glimmer mists to it, and I decided to kind of make it a little bit of a variegated look and add a couple different sprays. Now this paper is the crepe mistables from Tattered Angels, and it is really beautiful. Here you can see the close-up of the chipboard pieces, and then that beautiful crepe paper that has such a amazing effect in the background. Grabbed a piece of lace, added some glimmer mist. This is some tissue paper, which is from Canvas Corp, and I love how the color just layers on top of that black and white. This was fun. It was a piece that I cut off of a cracker box and hot glued some metal and plastic embellishments that I had, and then I covered it with gesso, and once that gesso dried I just sprayed it with the glimmer mist, and it really looks very vintagey and cool. I'm taking a piece of Rickrack from my stash and just laying it in the glimmer mist that I sprayed onto my background, and then I'm just spraying over top with the pink, and the colors all match together, blending. And then with what's left there, I'm using the Tattered Angels vinyl mistable paper. This is really cool too. There's so many of those mistables. It's really worth checking out. And there you can see the really neat colors that are on that Rickrack. And I'm spraying directly on a piece of canvas, and then I sprayed directly on a piece of burlap, and both of those accepted the spray really well. And then I was really excited about laying my tag into the leftover spray from the burlap, because it actually left an impression on my tag, which I thought was super cool. So now I'm just giving a spray onto my mat, and I have taken a piece of watercolor paper and embossed with white embossing powder, and I've embossed an image that's like a flower with some leaves on it and a few details, but some open spaces to color in, and I'm just using the glimmer mists as a watercolor. So I'm dipping my paintbrush into the glimmer mist and just watercoloring right on. I'm not being too fussy about it. I just want a really pretty soft watercolor look. And so I added the greens, and then added a color that I've had in my stash, but it's comparable to the Tattered Angels Monolith Glimmer Mist, and I'll link that below. And this is just touching up that piece of mistable paper from Tattered Angels with the vinyl, and a close-up look at the burlap. I really love that. And then the canvas, so pretty. They just take those sprays so lovely. And I'm just dabbing my tag in again and creating a background. I really like this chevron. It's a Kraft and white chevron by Canvas Corp, and I've just sprayed it with the bronze glimmer mist, and it just gives it a really nice sheen, and there's so much you could do with that. Then I'm taking this white flute paper. It's a corrugated cardboard paper, and it takes mists just lovely as well. So you can see just adding colors, shimmer, and a little bit of more color on that tag for a background. Now I've just decided to use what's left over and mix some 3D matte gel. It's a transparent, kind of like a texture paste, but a little creamier. So I've just mixed that with my palette knife and the remaining glimmer mist on the sheet. And I've added that through a stencil, and it's just added a really nice effect to my tag and a little bit on top of a previous tag. So thanks so much for stopping by and having a look at all these fun surfaces I played on, and we'll be back soon. Talk to you later. Bye.